Now we have to wait for the magic to happen. There's an excellent connection. Okay. Excellent connection. Hey, oh my God, it's working. Are you going to watch us?
I'm going to watch us.
Excellent. All right, well, we're going to see if we can remember how to do a live stream, which I haven't done for a long time. So we decided to do a live stream because Mark is here for Practical Board Repair School, the last Practical Board Repair School of this disgusting year, 2020. This is it, right?
This is it.
I'm going to see you again. It'll be 2021 when we resume in January. So everybody's been complaining, mostly me, about ZXW is not working. So ZXW is the fancy board view software that we're using in all these videos to show us the connections between chips and components and where everything is on the board. And we've said for a long time with students, don't get too reliant on ZXW. And there used to be a day when we didn't have ZXW at all, when we had to fix things the old-fashioned way with no ZXW. So today, like they do every now and then, the folks in China that create the ZXW tool, they decided to update ZXW. And whenever they update it, they also, no extra charge, break the existing ZXW that you have. So ZXW is a software where you have to enter a username and password and log into a computer in some dude's basement in China. And if he ever decides to unplug that computer, we're all going to be screwed anyway. So, so Mark, have you gotten ZXW working on anything?
Yes, I have.
And what is your secret magic? What did you have to do? What hoops did you have to jump through?
I had to find a browser that didn't care if I downloaded viruses.
Okay.
And then I had to make a folder that I told Windows, don't even look for viruses in here.
Okay.
And then I had to try all of the links until I found one that had not been taken down as being a virus.
Yeah. So I pretty much did the same thing. So whenever ZXW breaks after the update, then you have to go directly to zxwtools.com if you're early, and then click over to English to set it to be in English language.
And that gives you the English download links. You have different download links if you're on the Chinese one.
Oh, like better ones that work?
No, like ones where you have to be signed up with the Chinese social monitoring system.
That's how I got it. Yeah. Look,
you got it from the Chinese?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I was about to recommend.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's the easiest way. Here's what I do. I go to one of the links in China. Oh yeah, none of this. No, I don't do any of those. Oh, okay. So I guess I go. I don't know what I do. Maybe they changed the links, but I went to the WeChat one. Yeah, English download. Yeah, these are all different. I did it like yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right now if you click the Google link, that's not going to work. That's going to go to, we're sorry. No, you're not allowed to download viruses this way.
GitHub is new. I didn't see that there yesterday, so maybe that works.
Maybe. Let's see. Maybe it was SendSpace. I don't know.
SendSpace I couldn't get.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know.
It did.
Huh. Oh, yeah. Nope. Not that one. I don't remember. Was it this one? All I know is that I had to log into WeChat about 100 times. Hey, this is gonna, in theory, let me download it. But if you're using Chrome will kick out all of this stuff. So you need to go find a browser. So try multiple browsers. So step number 1, if ZXW is not working for you, try the links. They change them all the time. Keep trying. Eventually, somebody like us will get a copy of that And then somebody like one of you guys will send us a copy that has no viruses in it, and then we will host that at iPadRehab.com. So far, we're waiting on you guys to send us a clean copy of ZXW. If there is, it may not be possible. It may be that it's just triggering these virus recognition because of what ZXW does. It calls up a guy in China and says, "Can I look at your computer?"
Yeah, and the guy that wrote it probably is not, paying for the encryption and certificates and stuff he needs to for American businesses to say this is legit.
Yeah, so we don't know, but that's what we've been doing. So you've got to find a copy of ZXW that you can download. So swap browsers and find a link, and then eventually you will be able to get it to install, but you're probably going to have to instruct your antivirus software to ignore whatever folder you put it in. All right, so that's the deal with ZXW. I'm surprised. Those links are different. I had all day long, you see me walk up to the front so I could WeChat scan the QR code?
I was busy working.
Okay. Nevertheless, I hope that you guys are able to recognize that you're not alone. ZXW is a pain for everybody, and carry on. Now, what if you can't get ZXW working at all? Then you can use PhoneBoard or some of the other copies of ZXW. Some of them, like PhoneBoard, is free. You can go on a hunt, find that stuff. Or you can try to work without ZXW at all. And that's what we're going to do right now. And this came up because I'm trying to fix this thing. Can anyone guess? What is this? What board does this go to? Let's see. What is that? Have you ever seen such a thing? Looks like an iPad, maybe. Looks like it's got same old connectors. Yeah, this guy, if you've been around long enough, you've seen this guy before. This guy I have seen many times, but I have never done a board repair on one of these. This is the iPad first generation. Look, the iPad first generation. This old guy. Remember this old guy? And this particular one, I have to brag a little bit. When we were working on this yesterday, I was super excited because look, those of you in the know, look at this. I got it out without breaking clips. I mean, yeah, I did break 2 of them, but most of them are still there. Super excited for this iPad first generation. I have such memories of working on these when I first started out. And by working on them, I mean changing the screens. And this guy went bad all the time. I can remember how hard it was to put this little clip that had to, remember the little clear clip that went on the back of this thing? And this thing would always go bad and it was hard to replace. Man, memory lane. And you had to remember the digitizer was on the side? Did you ever work on these?
I have never changed an iPad 1 screen.
Really?
Yep.
Well, yeah, fond memories on this whole little shell thing. All right, so I've never done a board repair. So when I was working on iPad 1, that is before I started doing board repair. So it's been a while, right? Jessa, I will send the link to the email for the working clean link. I knew it would work. Way to go, team. YouTube, iPad Rehab, I love that. And we will be happy to host that on our website. And for any of these updates, any of you guys, please reach out. If you have a clean version of ZXW, we'll be happy to host that because it is such a pain when you're trying to finish something and your ZXW just decided to break itself. Every season we have to go through this. All right, so thank you very much to Ray Johnson, and we'll look for that in our email. We'll put that right up for you guys, and then I will update this video with a link to that if we can get that working. That'd be fantastic. So in the meantime, I took apart this iPad 1, and this is a cute little board. And remember, this is the old shields that are just going to come right off. And let's start by looking at it under the microscope. Now, I did get my ZXW working. does not have anything for iPads. How do we approach the board when ZXW is not working? Is it because I put the iPad 1 on top of that case? Here, let's start over again. What? Let's F down. Down, down, down. What did I unplug? Down, down, down. Down. Where is it? Is it then? Testing, testing. Did I? I put the iPad on top of it. That was a bad idea. Testing, testing, testing. I feel like it's going to be testing, testing, testing. Testing, 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 testing. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. That is definitely work. Oh. Not good. Oh, where's you? Who's that? Say that again.
Yeah, wait, nope. Now we're back in business. Maybe.
It only picks up Mark. Ooh, that's too loud. What? I've had a cord problem here for a while. We need to troubleshoot. What kind of janky shed shop? Where's my sign? That's not. Wait, yeah, it is. Yay! All right, let's get this fixed real quick. Okay. All right. So this is an iPad 1, and ZXW has nada, zilch, nothing. It doesn't even exist according to the nice folks in China. So where do we begin? So we're going to start by taking a look to see is anything water damaged or burned looking or what have you. So we're going to grab it and stick it here under the microscope. No. What is it? Is it the XLR cable? There you go, Mark.
There. Oh,
Let me hold it. Make it set. Make it don't move. Uh-oh, you moved. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, 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 testing. Hey, it's working.
okay.
Freeze like that, Mark. Don't
Yep.
move a muscle.
I fixed it.
Yay! Mark fixed the audio. Seems like it's too loud. I'll just talk really quietly. This is making me really realize that I should get Parker back in here to set up the new microphones that have been sitting here for months just because. Oh, somebody's been here before. Oh God, Mark, do you remember like having to shove these things like back in these connectors? And if you couldn't, then what would you do? Do you remember?
No, I always could.
Uh,
What would you do when you couldn't?
replace the connector like a courageous soldier in the war of repair. No, I would shove a piece of plastic on top of the connector on my own personal device, obviously.
Obviously.
I mean, come on, it's no janky ass shed shop.
When's the last time you had to fix one of those flaps?
Oof. I so long that my brain has filed that in the same folder as that lady I worked with 10 years ago who fell down and said the same words all the time, and I couldn't think of her name for at least 2 days. That's the same folder that has the date of the last time I replaced one of those. How about you?
Christy paid me a beer last class to do one for her.
What?
Yep.
That's crazy. Christy never pays me any kind of beers. All right. So at least we know somebody's been here before me, and that's where you plug in the screen. What else? Water? Anything? A little bit of snot. Little COVID right there. Nope. Other side. These boards are like look at how much board. This just like nothing. We don't need that much board. It's fine. Just let it hang out. Bunch of little dudes. Here's the battery connector area. Bunch of other. Oh, remember the little ports like on the iPod Touch that look just like that?
Uh-huh.
What is that? What does that even plug into? Oh, it must have a cellular board. Does it? Well, we're not going to sacrifice our audio to find out. LCD. All right, so this doesn't look like there's anything wrong with it. So this looks like a beautiful board that is just going to boot right up and be a real short stream, because obviously it's indestructible from the 70s iPad first generation. So there we go. Okay. Joshua Taylor has done one iPad 1 board review. Board repair. Okay, board repair. Touch micro repair. Touch went out. Interesting. Well, we'll keep that in mind, Josh. We might need a console on this. Okay. So now the next thing that we're going to do is what, Mark? What would you say?
First, we should fix the audio, and that's done. So
Yay.
now we should connect DC power supply.
All right, so we're going to connect DC power supply. Now we did with the students today. We did, Mark, connect a DC power supply to see what was up with an iPad 2. So we know the battery connects here, and obviously our squid is not going to have any connectors for iPad 2. So we're going to have to go old school and use the alligator clamps. Now, which one is the positive and which is the negative? You got to get it right. So let's guess. What?
They're giving me shit for censoring you.
Censoring?
Yeah, like this.
Oh. God damn it, Mark, you son of a Beep. That's pretty funny, though. I like it. All right. Mark, put on
Yes.
your pissy list for tomorrow, Jessa and microphone.
Okay.
And you can also, these two lights where you have to like hold it, and this is the exact same problem.
Uh-huh.
All right, so we're going to figure out, we're going to stick a probe here on ground in continuity mode with the trust-based multimeter and see what here is ground. All right, so that one is ground. And if that one is ground, then as you look at these, the big one is ground. Probably the other larger one is going to be positive power. So let's hook this up. You know what I just did, Mark?
What?
I don't know if this happens to you or not, because are you 7 or 8 years younger than me? I'm like
Yeah.
46.
Yeah, eight, yeah.
Yeah. I have already forgotten which one is ground. I don't have it. I don't remember.
No.
Yep, I forgot. I think it's this one, but
It
I'm
is.
not sure.
It is.
Whew. But in the time that it went, we're like, okay, that's ground too. It's gone. So I gotta get this hooked up real quick. All right, ground is that one. I mean, the amount of losing my mind that has been going on in the last just the last month or so, it's staggering, man. It goes like downhill pronto. So if you still have a brain, use it. It does not last forever. I did not know that they expired, but it's getting close to the end of the line date. All right, so now if I just take the red alligator clamp and I just grab right on there, I might connect to something else other than what I intend to connect to. So I'm going to try and protect that with the iPad Rehab logo. The iPad Rehab logo can protect you from a lot of bad things. There we go. Now, let's disconnect and let's get the on-screen multimeter. Let's give it a try to see if it can work. That is the on-screen multimeter, which should be working because it should be this, and connect. Oh, look at that. So up above, this is what you and I are looking at, the same thing as I inject 3.99 volts, so a battery voltage. And here I go. I'm going to connect it, connecting it, connecting. High current consumption. So that means this beautiful looking, nothing wrong with it board somehow has a short circuit on the battery or the main power rail. Now, it's not the battery, most likely, because it didn't give me a beep when I was touching ground. So it's not that. This is what must be a VCC main short disconnect in the iPad 1. Have you ever seen a VCC main short in iPad 1?
Yeah, just now.
Okay, me too. That's one for me. So now here's the thing. If you know that you've got a short, then what do? You go, let's look at the board view. Let's go to ZXW and look at all the possible candidates. But here we have no idea what is on VCC main and what's not. And since they all look beautiful, then it's going to be really challenging for us to find out. So since we don't have ZXW, let's go ahead and use a regular old thermal camera to see if we can see what's what. Why did I disconnect these? That's so dumb. See what I'm talking about? Just like dumbness. Extreme dumbness. A lot of dumbness. All right, let's make sure that we're still connected. All right, so we have a short. And now we will see whether or not Jessa gets any notifications on her phone while she uses it on YouTube live stream as a thermal camera. What do you think?
Yes.
If you don't know what my phone number is, but if you did, you could send me a text right now and it would say, hey, what's up? But that's not happening. All right. So hopefully you guys can see. There we go. All right. Now let's go ahead and activate the short and get the short shortening and see what we can see.
Find out where the MOSFET is on this thing.
Okay. And we have a dude that is right here. This guy. That guy is getting hot. Let's take a picture of it. And let's see, anything else? Let's flip it. That looks like, is that the opposite side of that? I already forgot where it was. Yep, it's the opposite side of that hotspot. All right, so where's the guy? This guy right there. We're going to find him under the microscope. All right, so we'll let that hang out over there, disconnect, and let's go back to the microscope and let's see if we can tell what that guy is. So leaving it connected. All right, hot guy is this guy, and he does look kind of like charred up looking. Whoop, it's this guy. That guy. Now, Mark, have you ever seen a guy like that before?
Yes.
You have? Where?
In iPad Mini and in MacBooks.
Yeah, I've seen this guy before, I think even in iPad 3.
Yeah.
But when I've seen that guy before, if we had an iPad, we had an iPad Mini here just a couple hours ago when the students were here. We had a whole bunch of them.
Uh-huh.
But they're not here right now. But we could point out that guy in the iPad Mini. And in the iPad Mini, that guy is what connects the battery and VCC main. It's the style of MOSFET, the battery main MOSFET, that we see in these early iPads. So what do you think that is?
I think it's a MOSFET.
I think you're right. And what do we know about MOSFETs in ground?
This one probably is not connected to ground.
Right. So this MOSFET is likely to be the big troll that we see on all VCC main shorts in every device. So that kind of leaves us with a question mark. Like, how are we going to figure out if it's not the MOSFET, then what actually is the cause of our VCC main short? Because it's not going to be the MOSFET. The MOSFET does not have a path to ground. So let's see. Brian says that thing is called a doodad. Yeah. So there we go. It looks just like the MOSFET. The MOSFET, it's kind of has like one pad that has 5 little fingers. If we took it off, it would look like a big piece of ground with these 5 little fingers on one side, and then just 1 or 2 little matching pads on the other side. Almost worth it to stand up and reach behind me to get an iPad mini so we could look at the MOSFET, but I don't want to lose audio permanently. Almost. So close. But not close. Mark's hair is long. I thought you were going bald. Mark, obviously not.
No, not bald yet.
Nope, Mark is not going bald. Rodrigo wishes that he had that hair. Mark, where's it? Mark, please show it. Can we see your license picture?
Oh, would you like to?
Yes, I would. Let's now have the viewing of Mark's license picture. All right, so black it out here.
You cover up my identifying information.
All right, I will. I'll cover it up with the other piece of this. All right, here we go. This is Mark had to renew his license during COVID times. So he went down to the DMV looking pretty much like he is now, except he added a sweet sweatband. Zoom in on that. Like that is some good stuff. There we go. This guy. I mean, it's almost worth it for me to assign you a special assignment to go rob a bank just so I can watch the news. Looking for this man. There we go. All right, back to work now. Here you go. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, no problem.
Florida man. All right. So now what are we talking? Here comes Kenny Rogers' photo. Yeah, that's right. That's the thumbnail for sure. Yes, noted. Good. We're all right. In need of new thumbnail. All right, very good. Okay. So let me get back to this.
Finding this short.
All right, so we've got audio working, fantastic. So now we've got to find a way. We could just take off the MOSFET and then just figure out which side of the MOSFET is main and then solder a wire on there. That's one thing we could do. But it might be a shade easier if we just soldered a wire to something else that's on main. So when I'm just kind of looking at a board with no ZXW and I don't know what's going on, then, which is a lot. All right, here we go. Then I'm just going to kind of look around and kind of think like, you know what I know about backlight? Backlight's got a coil that connects main on one side and then backlight to the backlight chip on the other side, which used to be the PMIC in these iPads. And then what do I know about charging? Same thing, like charging coil is always main on one side, and then the charging chip is on the other side of the coil. Same thing for like speaker amp. It's main on one side, and then the coil, and then the chip. So there's this theme where these big coils in these devices have main on one side, the coil, and then whatever chip there that's kind of switching at the coil on the other side. So that's a general strategy. Now I don't want to pick the wrong big coil, so I can use my multimeter to say I'm looking for a coil just by probing around where one of the inputs to the coil is short to ground, because I know that VCC main must be short to ground. So let's just probe around. We'll go ahead and go with continuity mode. What happens if we probe around in continuity mode and look at coils and say, hey, are you ground? Nope. Now, that's too hard for me to tell if I'm touching the bracket. This is what I saw students do a lot. Short. I've seen that a lot. All right, so let's keep looking around. Nope. 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 I don't know if you guys can see me probing here or not. Oh, here we go.
There we go. That's the good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay.
James Haycock sent you £2 and said, any advice on expanding a home-started business?
Well, thanks for sending us £2, James. Advice on starting a home-started business. I would go around to friends and neighbors and ask them for their old water damage devices and tell them, you know, hey, I'll see if I can fix these so that you can at least like get those last pictures off that are not backed up, and do it for free and kind of use that to build up your experience base. And then you'll start to get some referrals. Then you can go around to your shops that are local. But I would definitely start local. Now it's kind of tough to start out buying eBay devices. They're going to be really picked over, really have a lot of prior repair attempts. And it's really hard to kind of compete nationally. So I would just focus locally. Go around to all those shops. Go around to your friends and neighbors until you have enough experience to start really getting those referrals. So that would be my advice on how to expand a home started business. You got any advice?
No, you took the things I was going to say.
I'm very sorry to have taken what you were about to say. All right, well, Mark expands on his business advice. I am going to solder a wire right onto one of these coils. Now, Mark, this seems like how probably a lot of what you see when you're working on weird things like Samsungs and Google Pixels and Nexus and whatever else.
Yeah.
So, like, what kind of strategies do you use when you're working on these devices that that don't have ZXW, or that don't have schematics?
Well, I mean, the same thing. I look for, if I know it's got a main short, then I look for a big coil that tests short, and that's where I inject from, and then I find where my short is. And if I know that it is like a PMIC output, then I kind of just probe around PMIC till I find something, if I can't find it on thermal camera.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I've got a wire soldered onto this coil that we think, I mean, we don't know what's going on. Neither one of us have ever even worked on this type of board before. So all the more reason to say, sure, let's do a live stream. But we're going to inject some voltage directly into VCC main. Now, why are we doing that? Because we want to skip over that thin wire of the MOSFET. We're just going to skip that entirely by injecting straight into main to see if we can figure out, aside from the MOSFET, what's the thinnest wire that's likely to be the cause of our short circuit. So I'm going to just connect the alligator clamp to this wire. Once again, I have forgotten which one is ground. Is it this one?
Yep.
Yay! All right, so I can leave that like that. And now I'm going to plug in our DC power supply. So we'll look up there to see, is our shortened? And I'll disconnect so I know that's ready to go. So now we will come back to the thermal camera. And I got to get far away so that we can see. All right, let's give it a shot. Let's see what's what now. And one of the strategies that I use is pulsing DC power like this. So I can see if there's something that, oh, there we go. Look at that.
Oh, we can't see.
Oh, can't see. All right. Man, that is a struggle with the microscope is here. Like all these little tiny things that are going on. That is really a challenge for somebody that can't even remember where ground is for more than 3 seconds. Yay. Can we see it? Yay.
Ooh. Yeah, there we go.
All right, let's get a crisp picture. There we go. Now the wire itself, it looks like I have done it before where I have soldered the wire onto the thing that is short. That's always a pretty big trouble. There we go.
Yeah. You got a big...
There.
Yeah.
All right. So we have a definite clear hotspot right adjacent to the coil that I soldered the wire to. And let's look at the entire board. Is that the hottest spot? Yeah, what I love about the Seek is that it kind of like ranges as you go around. But that guy's definitely the hottest spot on the board right there. And you can even read that it's 119 degrees. You can look at this scale. Maybe not on the YouTube camera. 119 degrees Fahrenheit. So warm. So let's go ahead and see if we can find that under the microscope. And then let's get rid of it. And then let's see an iPad 1 come back to life, hopefully, because it's one of my favorite things to do to fix these old devices, because I really think it's fun to see the old iOS, like iOS 5 or whatever it's going to have. Like, what did the iPad 1 even go up to?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, it's going to be something where it's still going to have like
2.
iOS 2. That is fake news. I mean, Betsy and Maisie still have an iPad 1. All right, so pretty sure it's this guy, right?
Yep.
Are you sure, Mark? I'm taking your word for it.
It's definitely that guy.
Definitely going to be that guy, because he looks beautiful. He looks absolutely stunningly fine. Nothing wrong with him. And that's just the way it is. All right. I learned much from this channel, so I care about it. All right, great. Looks correct. Thanks, chat. That is fantastic. All right. What's the board she's working on? iPad 1. What's that on real degrees? I don't know. What does your Fahrenheit to Celsius calculator tell you? Look at it boiling up my wire insulation. Today I learned that my wire insulation does not like heat. All right, now let's kind of hang on to that guy. Now let's see whether or not that guy is actually a wire. Oh man, look at that melted insulation on that. Eee. That guy is going to get a free red color treatment on this other coil on his iPad 1. Let's get the trust-based multimeter. And thanks for £5, €5. See? Almost forgot which one is the pound and which one's the euro. Thanks, GeoShifter. I appreciate the support for sure. All right, let's see. Is this guy a wire? He says, yes, I'm a wire. Then get the hell off my board. Now, let's just see. Our giant coil is no longer beeping to ground.
Yay!
Let's see what diode mode says. 0.38.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
I thought it was going to be one of the 0.1s, like the old iPhone 5. But that's not true. All right, and now I think we should watch Mark struggle to reassemble this iPad 1.
No.
Then pass it over.
All right.
All right. Yay! Pound! Look at that! £5! It looks so much like euros, but not exactly the same, because the euros looks like an E. All right. Thanks, Blue Ghost, for £5. Not to be confused with shorts to ground. Or anything else. All right. The screws, however, I'm excited. I really want to see this turn on. I want to see it work just great. And I want to see the only thing I want to see is the little icon for YouTube that looks like the TV. Like, I'm super excited right now. This guy better not let me down, or I'm gonna be really mad. This is time for nostalgia. Show me the YouTube icon. The super cute YouTube icon. All right, now let's see, how are we gonna prompt this to boot? I think we're gonna have to stick with the good old DC power supply for now. Let's see what we can do.
I think Damelin77 is answering our earlier question.
Version 3.2? That's no way. It's like iOS 5.5. Who can look it up? All right. Which one is ground now? Is it this one?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's turn off microscope camera and turn hand camera back on. All right. So what we're going to do, I mean, this battery is going to be super dead, and it would take us forever to charge it. So what we're going to try to do is see right now, if all those Girl Scout meeting texts were coming in while I was doing this short detection, then everybody would be...
Last version supported by iPad 1 is iOS 5.5.7.
5.5 for the win. Totally just called that. Man, my mind is a steel trap.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't let anybody tell you different. I mean, it's like working. All right, let's see if we can janky this together some kind of a way. All right, first of all, let's see. Do we have a short? Yay, we do not have a short. Look at that. I just connected it, and we have 0 current draw, which is perfect before prompt to boot. Let's get this out of here. All right, so this is our battery, and I want to put my charge port there, but I can't. So how else would I be able to prompt to boot? Where does the power button go? Oh, geez, the power button is just this? Okay, great. Now we'll be able to prompt to boot like that. That'll work great. Let's see if it actually shows current consumption before we bother getting a screen. All right, prompt to boot. Will it prompt? Prompt, 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 prompt to boot. Oh no. We're going to have to, it's not going to boot, Mark. Looking at that current consumption. Come on.
It's going to do it.
It should do it. I don't see why it wouldn't. Get busy. Come on.
You got to prompt it the right way.
All right. Let's make sure it's really grabbing it. Come on. I got to see my little cute YouTube icon. I'm going to be really bummed out. Yeah. Oh. Don't you? You have to hold it for a while, right?
Get a little longer.
Prompt, prompt, prompt to boot.
No.
Yeah, see, it's like you got a magic prompt spot. Come on. Boot, you piece of goddamn...
Oh, that's no good.
It's fine. It's fine. Surely it doesn't have a second issue. Surely I'm not going to have to go tear apart the iPad first generation power management chip that I have around here from the other iPad. All right.
Maybe
I think what
iPad 1 likes to know if the battery's there.
Maybe iPad 1 likes to know if the battery's there, but I don't know. I don't think iPad 1 should give a shit. Maybe iPad 1 cares if its cellular board is there. I know iPads tend to get prissy about that kind of stuff. All right, but we'll see. Okay. Now, what the thing I really remember about iPads is that they don't like to this charge port thing goes bad. I think we talked about that at the beginning. So the chance that this has a bad charge port is pretty high. God damn it. Now, I don't think the power buttons went bad on these ones, right? Okay, so then this is just going to connect right into there. Okay. 30-pin charging cable. I think I can get... Yeah, it's so close. So close. All right. Let's see.
We still got audio. Good.
Yes. Well done, Mark. Well done. Can't wait to change that thumbnail. All right, let's see. I'm looking at USB ammeter, and it's showing 10, 20, 16, some amps, now none, now 14, now 16. All right, we'll see. Let's see. I think we might need to screw it down because I'm going to have to otherwise just hold it. Let's see if we can get an image. Dare we try This LCD is like a TV screen. It's heavy. Oh, this thing's missing its little clip. You know what I don't ever think I've ever even heard of? Backlight problems in iPad 1st Gen. All right, here we go. Let's hold that down. Can we get any kind of Apple logo? Let's see. Let's see. Doesn't look good. Apple logo. Nope. No Apple logo.
No
this way.
Either.
Huh?
No charging battery.
Nope. No charging battery sign. No nothing.
No.
No.
We're gonna be here all night.
Let's take this board out and let's see. Can we take this board out? What's keeping that board in? Piece of snot. All right, sure. You can keep a hold of that. Let's take out this. All right, Mark, now this is a real challenge. We have to unscrew that with a screwdriver that's over at Christie's station, which might not even be at Christie's station. It's in the MacBook box of drivers. Okay. All right. Hey, still audio. Audio is working. Yay, yay. Audio is working. All right. Let's see what's going to happen. All right. Hi, tech people watching from Portugal. Who's from Europe, too? Not me. I'm from Rochester. Okay. Let's look in here and see if I can remember. This is the wrong thing. I meant the other one. Well, we'll see if we can make do. Let's see if any of these various whatnots. Fine. I'm from New Zealand. Oh, look at that. Yeah, just hang on right there while we cycle through 50,000 drivers to look for the T whatever this is. Is it going to be this one? Nope, too big. Really so hard to find competent assistance.
Which exact driver are you looking for? Because I will bring you the right one.
This one.
Done.
I'm looking for the
Done.
T5.
Yeah, there's always been a T5 in there.
Yeah, all right. I see that now. Okay, that's fine. Never mind, it's back. Audio died. Uh-oh, T69.
No, audio didn't die. Blue Ghost is lying.
Audio is great because I have a really awesome audio technician.
Yeah,
all right.
I'm paying close attention.
Let's get
watching that green bar.
Finger on the pulse. All right, so now we have carefully dissected out the charge port. We will get rid of those. This was always such a weird design of this whole, like, did anyone ever even use cellular iPads?
I mean, don't they still sell cellular iPads?
Do they?
Yeah.
Who?
Sure.
Where is that like a thing?
I don't know.
All right, ground. You know, it's going to be really funny if we end up like having to jump the MOSFET to rule out. All right, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to solder that wire onto my battery positive. That way I can still plug in my charge port and prompt to boot from the charge port. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Uh-oh, is the audio not working?
No, these guys keep claiming it dropped out for a second, but that's fake news.
Yeah, it might like fall off my head when I'm actually having to. What is the
right here?
Well,
guess I'm back to holding it.
Well,
no, Ricardo, it did not. You guys just hush. No, I've paid close attention to the audio. It's been fine the whole time.
Hearing a lot of complaints.
We'll just have to let the courts figure it out.
All right. Okay, so I got a wire on there so that we can connect this here. There we go. And disconnect that there and flip this over like that so that we can at least see on DC power what the heck is going on. And stick that in there, although I really don't think it really doesn't care about that. Hopefully. And
this is a mess.
This is a mess. I can see why they stopped making these pieces of crap. All right, we're going to have to find another ground someplace other than at the battery connector so that we can fit on the maybe potentially working charge port so that I can plug in and prompt to boot via the charger. All right, prompt. And so we're going to prompt with the charger and take it out and see what happens on DC power. All right, here we go. Let's look at the DC power supply. Prompt by the charger. And let's take it out.
Yeah, that looks like it's booting.
It does. Rise. Keep going. Don't stop now. You can boot up. I know you can. You can do it. You're an iPad 1. You're the original. You're the strong. You're the king generation. You're the one that started it all. Boot.
It is. It's exactly what an iPad 1 that boots looks like.
Sure does. Now, let's see what happens if we plug in this piece of crap screen that has no clip. And see. Will it still be able to boot up? Oh yeah, this will be fun, because then in order to have touch, we got to connect it over on the other side. All right. Here we go. We'll worry about touch later. All right, let's see. Embiggen it. Connect it. And boot it. That's harder to do than it should be. I see the Apple logo.
Yes.
It's a miracle. I'm going to be able to see the cute little YouTube icon. I just know it. Dare we move it up? Dare we? Cross your fingers. Look at Mark looking up the passcode as if he thinks I plugged in the touch screen. Oh, yeah. Great success. Very nice. Okay. Now it will come back in a half hour to see if it boots.
The passcode is.
Oh no. Let me see this whole note. I remember this guy. I remember this is the worst possible passcode that any. Oh my God. This is the worst possible passcode that anyone could ever say. I never should have started this video. This is the least favorite outcome that we ever have on this stream. Don't worry about it. Hey, who puts a passcode on their iPad 1?
Somebody with a lot of Bitcoin.
We couldn't fix it. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's almost yeah. Call him up. I'm gonna call him up right now.
I'll call him.
Yeah. This guy's name is. I'm sure that he doesn't mind if you call him at 10 o'clock at night. I'm sure he's up.
Where's he live? What state's he live?
He lives in Illinois.
Oh, he's like an hour earlier. It's
yeah, it's fine. It's 8.
Fine.
I'm sure he'll love it. I'm sure he'll have no problem with us streaming his entire repair. This is a giant, like, at the... Oh, look. How does your phone know who he is?
Oh, my phone's awesome.
Your phone's pretty smart.
Mailbox of 41.
Beep, 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 beep. La 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 la. Audio went out.
All right, well, he's taking a nap.
Man. Oh, remember? Look, you can see the pictures. Remember that? I remember stalking people when I would buy like giant lots of these on eBay, and if they had a passcode, it would still like cycle through their pictures, and it was just like, you know, it was just really interesting, kind of like, you know, getting to know people. Where is Mark with the sensor? Try 6969. What do you think this guy's passcode really is going to be? I don't know, but his note, I remember reading his ticket. And yeah, it's issue description. iPad doesn't turn on anymore. There was a lot more to it than that in the ticket. The man. The ticket here. We were having fun with tickets earlier, and we can't share these on YouTube, but I'm really mad. I'm gonna charge this guy an extra, like, I'm gonna charge him $5 extra for denying me and everybody on YouTube the simple human pleasure of seeing that old icon of the YouTube with the little knobs. That's a real dick move. Mm-hmm. People these days. What is the world coming to? First the pandemic, and now this.
Now your iPad's booting up again.
Now I found out that it needs gas gauge if it wants to stay on. All right. With moldy cloth case. I mean, Christine is fantastic. She does a great job.
She does not mince words.
Yeah, she's like, you know, like, let's just be clear. Yeah, she's got with moldy cloth case on the intake. All right. I do want to show Mark though this ticket, so you can see.
Yeah, let's see it.
Yeah. Here we go. The issue description. Yeah. A few points I'd like clarification on before I mail out the iPad and the form. Number 1, how much is the credit if I include a blank USB drive for the purpose of data recovery and storage? What's the answer?
$0.
$0. Number 2, would battery replacement be considered prior microsoldering attempt made to recover the board?
Did you solder the battery to it?
What's your policy on customers' data privacy and confidentiality?
We might stream it.
We will stream it. If you clicked permission to YouTube, yes, then you can watch exactly what happened on YouTube. Whom do you recommend for some other stuff? All right. So this guy is going to have to call us back tomorrow. Oh, this ticket is really old. When did he send it in?
Wow.
We received it. We received it a while ago.
Yeah,
so
he had to think on that for a while.
He had to think on it for 8 months before he decided to send it. Well, it's going to be good news for you, Mr. Guy with secret confidential stuff in Illinois, that we will not be sharing on YouTube. We will not be clicking on your pictures and surfing around through them or any of that nonsense. Your data is safe and secure. Once you give us that passcode, it's going to get all 2 gigabytes of it will be extracted onto a USB stick. And who knows, this iPad may even go back out working if it can charge that battery, which maybe it can once we screw it all together. But the lesson we've learned today is that Mark's picture is going to be the thumbnail. And that's pretty much all we got. So thanks for watching, and we will see you guys next time. And good luck with your ZXW update. And we will absolutely host on our website a clean version. If anybody wants to send that to us, you can send it to info@ipadrehab.com, and we will give you credit, and thank you very much.